For this tutorial we are going to create some reflecting text. So let's go ahead and open a new file. For this new file, if you don't already have it set, we're going to be making it 800 pixels by 600 pixels. Make sure that pixels is selected and we're going to click OK. And we have this blank document. Now what we're going to do is select our text, and up here we have all of our text options. Now for us to fill up this area we want to use probably between 1 and 200 points. Mine's already set to 200 points, but if yours isn't, you can go ahead and highlight this and we can select what we want. So if I wanted this to be 180, then I'd type 180 and hit enter, and then it would automatically go through the points. For our font, you can choose any font that you'd like that's blocky. Make sure you choose a blocky font, not something like this that's all scripty or handwriting style. We want to choose something that's blocky. I'm going to go ahead and choose Franklin Gothic Heavy, and I'm going to choose my color, and for my color I'll choose blue. You can choose whatever color you'd like. So I'll click OK, and I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have left aligned. Now I'm not going to make a text box by clicking and dragging the box. I'm just going to click once. I'll type my name and click here on layer 1, and once your name shows up then your layer is complete. Now I'm going to make a copy of this layer in just one moment, but first I'm going to rasterize the layer. Right click on the layer where it says your name and go ahead and click rasterize type, and that's going to make it so that it's now paint. And I'm going to go ahead and go up to edit, transform, perspective. Perspective transformation is a little different than free transforming. With free transforming you change the actual size of the entire text. With perspective text, grabbing these corners, you can bend the text back and forth to make it look like it's either coming towards you, falling away. What we want to do is grab this corner and pull the corner up. So I'm pulling it straight up so that it looks like the words are coming towards us. You can also grab the inside of the text here, and what I want to do is put it close to the edge here so that there's space over here. And it's going to look a little blocky here, but as soon as I hit enter it'll clean that up. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a copy of this layer. There's two ways to do this. We can either drag the layer, click and drag down to this little button here next to the trash, which is the duplicate button, or you can right click on it and go to duplicate layer. That's the style I'm going to do. Duplicate layer, Curtis copy is fine, click OK, and now I've got this second copy of it. This one we're not going to touch, we're going to manipulate Curtis copy now. So I'm going to go to edit and transform, and this time I'm going to choose skew. Now with skew you can manipulate how the text bends. It's not going to change the perspective, it's going to make it seem like the text is falling away or pulling away from us. I'm going to let's see, make this text look like it's falling down like that. Alright, so I've bent this text over by grabbing the middle one here, pulling it over like so, make it look like it's kind of falling away from the old text. Hit enter so that saves. Now I'm going to go to edit, and we're going to go to free transform this time, and with free transform I'm going to pull this text down so that it's like that, and then I'm going to go inside the box and pull this up. And if you go outside of the corners here so that you have a double-edged curvy arrow, I'm going to tilt this so that it's lined up with this text here, and I'm going to try and line this up with my old text, and I'm going to grab the side box here and pull it in. And what I'm trying to do is make it look like it is falling away from our old text like so. So you're going to have to keep just tilting it until it looks like it's going the direction that you want it to go. Line it up just like that so that the letters are roughly in the right place. And we've got the letters lined up. You want to make sure that the letters are very close, and you can use your arrow keys on the keyboard to line them up. Make sure that all the letters line up on the bottom, just like that. Alright, so that looks pretty good. I'm going to pull this down a little bit. Okay, spend time with this to make sure that it looks right. This looks pretty good. Hit enter. So now it looks like the text is falling down. It looks like we've got light coming from behind here, and this is basically casting a shadow down. So with this layer here, there's the opacity right here, and it's set at 100%. I'm going to turn this down so that it's not so vibrant. And we've got this fading out effect here. And then the next thing I'm going to do is take my eraser tool, and I'm going to turn the opacity down of my eraser tool to about 50%. So you can also click here and drag this to 50%. And I'm also going to choose not a solid brush, but one of these rounded brushes that looks faded out. Yours may look a little different, but just choose a round brush that looks soft or faded on the edges. And pick one that's probably about this size, if it's about 100. If it's not big enough, you can also slide the master diameter. And I'm going to go ahead and come down here, and I'm going to start erasing this, but only on the edges. I'm not going to go all the way to where it's meeting the other letters. I just want it to look like it's fading out. Just like that. And we're all done.